Now the whole world had one language and a common speech. As men moved eastwards, they found a plain in Shinar and settled there. Here I notice at the beginning when people use one language, let's say for example, if we use like English, right? Do you think you understand the other people talking? Not necessarily. People from UK hardly understand, or people from deep south hardly understand, people from mountain hard to understand, or even kids right now, they use a lot of abbreviated name, a lot of different jargons I don't understand. So even we speak one language, but we use what? Different terms. But that time it's called the whole world use one language and a common speech. A common speech means you use a term. Those terms you are same, the structure they are same, so people understand. I think right now we can go to that direction because think about computer use the same language, 0 and 1, right? And the grammar is the same. Not much difference. So that helps make the globally we talk one language. As men moved eastward, they found a plain in Shinar and settled there. Here I feel like a little confused about the place where Noah they landed, because they say Noah land on the Ararat mountain, Turkey Ararat mountain, but Shinar is the place right now is Iraq. Iraq is not east of Turkey. Iraq I think is a southeast, yeah, southeast of Turkey. So it's not necessary to go eastwards. They probably general direction is a little east. Anyway, I think human back at that time they just still in the Middle East area. They're not moving that much. They're not like a big nomads. They move around a lot. They don't move around that much. That's I found. Also, they found a plain and settled there, which means they're still looking for farming and there's planting. There is not many farm animal available for them to start herding culture. Yeah. They say to each other, "Come, let's make bricks and bake them thoroughly." They used bricks instead of stone, and the tar for mortar. Then they said, "Come, let us build ourselves a city with a tower that reaches to the heavens, so that we may make a name for ourselves and not be scattered over the face of the whole earth." That's a great idea, to make a city, because nobody wants to separate, right? And at that time it's already like the technique already mature to make a brick. But it must be a lot of wood available, so they can bake the brick, or there are a lot of maybe coal or some they already start to use the petroleum, those raw petroleum as a burning. So they use a tar as a mortar. So the way of the construction that time, people already reached a certain level. And I saw the Tower of Babel. They developed some part of it. It's really huge and really amazing construction. And I think That time, people realize there are heavens over there, right? And they do need to what? They do need to communicate with heavens, and because they want to what? They want to to make the name ourselves and not be scattered over the earth. So they need some kind of symbolized things or big things. Even they walk that far, so they still have the direction. Human needs a direction, need a guide, need a center of something. So that's our nature, our structure. I think this kind of nature inherited from God, from the heavens. That's the reason we are like more. We do need a sample, a moral sample, a fighting sample, whatever. So it's pyramid structure. I think it's a universe structure. It's more stable for everywhere. And so right now, even we have a Congress, we have a senator, but you know what? We still need a president, right? We still need a head. That's the I think a universal structure for us, for everyone. But here is like why they need to make the name for ourselves. They feel proud. It's very possible. Think about it. You after great flood, everybody die, and they start after couple years, couple hundred years, whatever. Humans start to populate, right? And they recover to a certain level, and they do feel proud that they do need to memorize something, and they need to show like a heavens, hey, we achieve something, and we walk out from the valley, and this is a really wealth or really rich land. We try to populate and make a city kind of gathering. That's their original thoughts. And they really never thought about to against God, against the heaven. They just wanted to show we want to communicate with heaven. We want to reach the heaven. That's, I think, because they don't want to scatter over the whole earth. To be union, to be united, to be one, that's deeply within our gene. And here I notice again the population. Ancient time, most city holds probably 50,000, 100,000. That's already considered big one. Oh, some 100,000, big one 100,000. But to build a city and a tower, I don't know how many people they need. But for the pyramid, those about 100,000 people. But think about it. You can't make 100,000 people to work, and you need another 100,000 people for logistic support, for food, for other things. So probably even more than 200, 300,000. I don't know the number. In the army, Asian time, usually all the family member, all the relative, all the peasants, everybody put together, then only 1/10 of it. 1/10 of it became a full-time fighter. So that time, I think it gotta be like a couple 100,000 people gathered around the Shina plan. I'm talking about why those people want the whole world know their name. If everybody dead, right? If the flood covered cover everywhere. So there's only one group of Noah, and they don't need to. So they're talking about the whole world is actually Middle East area, Mesopotamia area. They talk about that's the word. They want like competing between the brothers, between their like relatives. They want to see I'm the best. So that's possible. Also, another thing is when they build something, they can reach the heavens. They want to reach the heaven. Then it's a sequence. Just notice there's a sequence. They want to go to the heavens. Then they want the whole world to know their name. So reach heavens is the simple, or is the, should I say, the first step. I would say like at that time, gods, plural, gods, they were maybe prohibited, take initiative to contact with human, because the God, Jehovah God, and the heavens made an agreement. So the gods or son of gods, they cannot come down to earth that easy or freely. They need a permit. Yeah, but human, you can do it. So also there is a way to do it. And the heavens, it is above the ground, but there is a gate, or there is some kind of method to reach them. And after reach those heavens, you can spreading the news, spreading the message between the heavens. And when I think every tribe has own God. So whoever it's God got this honor, got this news first, then it will be raised high, right? So that's the reason they want to go to the heavens, want to have a new, and that they want to make their name high. So they still highly rely on the God, or rely on those heavens recognition. This is not the first time in Asian they build a city, because think about it, 300,000 years they built like so many cities. The first city is Enoch. God even helped Cain to build the city. Another part I noticed in here, that's my hypothesis, I thought about is back before the Great Flood, right? There is those big buildings, like even in UK, those huge stone Aztec or which place? Pumapanga, those Pampanga, I think it is. Those buildings, they made huge stones, but after flood, God cannot do that, because I think that those gods, they have the willing power, special capability to dealing with big stone, to make a big cut, to lift those things. But human, we can't. So they figure out to use the quantity to reach the number. So they use 100 bricks to make what? To make like one big stone. So they use the bricks, bake it, and put the tar, make it stick together and hard, solid, to make a kind of like a one solid shape. Then make equivalent to the big stone. But this actually made God not happy. Why? Because the ground is from what? Abyss. The soil from abyss. So think about it. Abyss getting closer to the heaven. Is that good things? No, it's not good things. So human doesn't know it, but God, he knew. Also, I can imagine a picture like this. A a tower, or should I say, a big middle finger. Yeah, a, the ground give a big middle finger to the heavens. It will be really funny. So the whole scene in here indicates they violates God, they not make God happy, and it just, the tower, the city, the idea is not good. Also, another thing is, think about those couple 100,000 people gather that place. After a while, the food resources will be exhausted, and there is security issue, there is a plague, there is all kinds of, too many people gather together. It's not a good idea. It's New York, a lot of problem, right? So if you're spreading around a little bit, it's even up, kind of less problem. And for the safety, usually, like if you have like 10 people, you only need 1 cup. You have 20 people, you might need 3 cup. That's the point. So God, or from the manager points, from you need it spreading a little bit, spreading around a little bit. So when I read that time, early time, I think China government has some kind of propaganda, say city make life even beauty, even better. I was laughing. Yeah, laughing those people. No, yeah, they have no education. I have to say this. Yeah. Anyway, just outside of the talk. Back to 1899, I believe, a German archaeologist, he found one place near Baghdad. It's he believed it's possible. It's the Tower of Babel. I believe the Tower of Babel, not only one Tower of Babel. It's possible multiple location. But anyway, let's use this Tower of Babel as an example. The Tower of Babel, as a Bible recorded right now, the Baghdad, outside of Baghdad, it's the maximum. I'm talking about the maximum haze. It's about like a 96 or 100 meters, right? And I just wonder, like, firstly, well, back that time, 100-meter is a pretty tall building. But even right now, it's tall, right? But do you think a 100-meter tall building can reach the heavens? It's just like a very interesting. Okay, some people say it's a metaphor, or it's just symbolize something. Yeah, I don't think so. Why? Because when Christian or when church, they try to explain the Bible, they always say all those words are God's breathing, right? God want people use this way to write. So right here is, it's possible, or the way they build the Tower of Babel, they do, or they have very possible can reach the heavens. So when we talk about reach, one is physically, my feet can step into the heaven, right? Physical. My hand can knock the heaven's gate, right? Another reach is my voice, my thoughts. Heavens can hear my prayer or my sacrifice. Heaven can receive. There is no difference if you build 100-meter tower or only 2 meters tower, because if you just heaven can hear, heaven can see. The 100-meter tower and the 2-meter tower, no difference, right? Unless you do have the capability, or you do experience something, you need a really tall, really high things over there. Why, like everywhere? I mean, like everywhere has a pyramid in Mexico, Egypt, everywhere. I think that's that time, the early age. People just believe this kind of method, or they do experience a certain way. They have to communicate with heaven with that distance. I think I start to approach the probably the core or the truth. I don't know, just imagination. I think I probably get the reason why God doesn't like the Tower of Babel. Remember, like ancient time people, they worship gods, plural, right? So because they experience with gods, they live with gods, they have a life, all kinds of experience with gods. So every tribe, they have own god. So even after big flood, those worship, those memory, those God's name still deeply in their mind. Noah has 3 sons, and the 3 sons may worship different God. And the Noah, yes, the God we talk about, the God, the Jehovah God, that time he may not be the only God among those aliens, among those gods. So there's no way for him to stand out. I'm the only one. Also, I think it's possible. That's very possible. It fits because actually he screwed up the Garden Eden project. So he was demoted, or he taken down from his leading position. So that's the reason no one really scared about him, or he's the absolutely power. Yeah, people know he's the God, he's the power one, but he's not the only one. So after he used his persuasive or relationship or something, start the big flood, wipe out his enemy, clean up the project, regained his power or retaliation, I don't know, but the point is he is still not the God for people, because in people's memory, think about Noah has 3 sons, 3 daughter-in-law, right? So they may have 6 gods in their mind, including his wife. So or if they found some kind of survived little tribe, and they might worship different gods. And back at that time, it's a very normal thing, But for God, I highly believe he needs worship, needs faith, needs people chant his name. The reason is those things are energy, those things are power, faith, chanting, reading name. So that make him stronger. If nobody worship him or deviates all those worships, he will become weaker. So the Tower of Babel, when built up, who those people will worship or will communicate. Gods, the all other God in the heavens, right? So it's nothing really benefit him. Nothing benefits him. So that's, I think, this project he's not like it. That I think that's the deep sense I got. When we do statement analysis, sometimes I have a issue. I may overanalyze, but at this point, I still think we do need to digging deeper a little bit, because at the beginning I already said we always have to pay attention. They are four parties, actually more than four, but let's say just four parties in the whole game. The first party is God himself, or God and this part of his heaven. The second party is fallen angels, another party of heaven. Third party is the abyss, or the earth. Abyss is the one behind, but the earth, a lot of earth-related activity is abyss willing power represented, and another is human. So in here, at least the four parties, right? Then there is another criteria during those games. God cannot. God, or actually, all parties, God or fallen angels or earth, all of them cannot directly involve into this game. They cannot touch or change. They have to through agents there to do the game. So think about it. At the beginning, they need a human. The serpent tempt the women, and the ground has own way to select agents. So it's an agent, commissioner-based agent battle. So whoever represents the party behind win, then he got a rewarded, certain rewards. I believe that's the issue. So in these two statements, in these two sentences, I can see one is earth. Earth is try to reward us, or actually seduce those people with a plan, a nice location with water, not small water. It's a Tigris River and the Euphrates River, and there are a lot of fish, a lot of water resource, and a good farmland, right? And a lot of grass, a lot of woods, and a lot of charcoal, a lot of tar, a lot of petroleum. It's a beautiful place for people, for 500,000 or for couple 100,000 people to live, to start. So Earth start to use those, because why? Earth want them to have some kind of culture. I rather say like this: Earth wants to know heaven more. Earth wants to through knowing humans' habits and whatever divine left within us. Earth wants to know us, know heaven more. So Earth is a very patient game player. He wants to play with heaven, but he's very patient, very slow. Then what's the fallen angel parts? The fallen angel they seduce those people. Hey, let's make a tower, a city and a tower, right? And so we can go to the heavens, tell the heavens, and let us, everybody know us. So the fallen angel parts want to build a connection, wants to build the channel between them and the remaining heaven parties, remaining gods. That's the ways they try to gain more powers through this. What about the God? God doesn't want it. God wanted them go all over the land. Why? Because he wants to know Earth more also. He wants to, through all the humans, go everywhere. He wants to spread the water, spread the difference everywhere. So that's it's in the Bible everywhere. Great Commission, you go all over the land. Same thing in here, they want a human go all over the land. God doesn't want them stay one place. God wants like a diverse. Want us to smaller piece. He doesn't want us a big, huge city. That's so it's against his will, right? So that's the sentence 3 and 4. Through there, I realized we human or those people that time, they just a carrier, a agent. Okay, this question everyone should think about. What is our ultimate desire? I'm talking about ultimate. When you satisfy everything, you have all the power, you have all the money, you have everything. Everything. I mean, kids, you are the king, whatever. But you still looking for something. It almost every king, every rich person, it has been years and years, thousand years. Everyone was looking. So what? Forever life. They don't want to die. So right now, rich people, when they get rich, right? They change their blood, whole body blood. They try to be live longer. When people get rich, they try to change their organ. They change everything. They try to be young. They try to find the gene work, whatever. Try to delay the death, getting health, whatever. So this is the missing parts within our gene, forever life. God doesn't want us have, but we want to have it. Why? Because at the very far beginning, the forever living fruit and the wisdom fruit supposed to be together. That's the purpose of, at the beginning, the Garden of the Eden. They put two in the center of the garden. They want a human gradually find either one, then get another one. But God forbidden. God doesn't want it. He wants to see different progress. So let's think about the tower, the Tower of Babel. That time the name is not Tower of Babel, just the tower, right? So what's the purpose to build a tower? I think right now, 1899 people developed the tower. That's belonged to later the king Nebuchadnezzar. I think Nebuchadnezzar, he built for the priest. But as a powerful king, he's a very powerful king at that time. Why he want to build a tower for the priest? Think about it. He's built like the garden, the sky garden, whatever, all those things. But he built this tower to make his priest happy. Why? Because, that's what I think, he want the priest go to a very high, very tall tower, some unique place, right? And Sometimes you give people Lamborghini or Bugatti or something, make them feel good, right? Working for you. So same thing. That's a priest. You give him a tower, represent his identity, and to make his name, everybody knows someone has did a sacrifice on such a tall tower or something. That kind of things. To pray for what? Pray for forever life for him. Because all those kings, why he wanted people knew their name? Think about it at the very far beginning. They wanted people knew we communicate with the heavens, and they bless us, give us the method of through that place, through that tower, they let us know how to find a way to forever life, or they give us forever life, wealth, or like a special power or something. That's the purpose to build a tower. You need some place to sacrifice, and through the method to obtain something from the gods, instead of just, okay, I want to let everybody know, yeah, I'm cool, I'm powerful, I built a tower. No, it's nothing. The point is to do the sacrifice on the top of the tower, and to separate from the regular sacrifice. Regular sacrifice, you just make a small pipe of a stone, whatever, you do something. But that one is, they spend a lot to do sacrifice. So they expecting getting what? Getting more. So that's the purpose of a tower. Okay. Then we start to like think about the way of the whole game. Actually, they are like four parties, right? Human, earth, fallen angel, and heavens or gods. Then earth definitely support this. Earth, okay, I love this project. Go sacrifice. And you know what? Do you know, like in ancient times, sacrifice is a very bloody, crucial thing. And how should I say? I saw a picture. Okay, I saw a picture took from New York. People jump off the Empire Building, and when the guy hit the floor, his body splashed, and it's gross, it's nasty. But we need to like think about this. It's who think bloody nasty right now? Us. But do you think Asian time people think about bloody nasty? Not necessarily. Why? Because they've been experienced. They have no TV, no book, no lights, they have a very little like a pop song. Their life is very boring. I mean, very boring. And they don't even have enough food. So all they can do is get up. They don't have a toothbrush. And they go find a way to do something, take a dump, and find the food. And they come back and get beat up. Or just like find more food, then come back, sleep. So for them, life is what? Life is a misery. Or even don't have the word for misery. So any other way to get rid of this life, to find the difference, they'll be fine with them. And think about it. Do they have a painting? No. Back that time, I saw only in the cave, they have used a red stone with the blood, animal blood, to made some painting. It's red, right? So the basic color for them is black, red, green, and brown or yellow. So those red, unnaturally red, splash blood for them stimulates them, make them excited. They don't care about the death. Death is nothing for them. Actually, the moment of watch execution or watch those things actually make them feel the existence. That's I feel kind of the tower right now bring me into that picture. And I think for Earth, what the Earth will do in this game, the Earth doesn't need to do anything. Earth just need to wait everything happen, observe, watch. And when people die or die at this moment, what will happen? Their brain, their mind, their soul, that moment will have some very unique spike. And that's Earth wants to know how to call heavens. He wants to learn the frequency. He wants decoding this, because human has been like using sacrifice all the time, and Earth's been collecting data, doing the big data collecting, and to decoding the secret of a sacrifice. And so when we do a little time travel back to that time, we can find out a lot of slaves, right? And surrounding the tower, start to chanting, start to maybe only that moment, once in their lifetime, they can remember, or they can feel the existence of themselves. They start to chanting, start to like in a self-hypnosis mode. Then they feel happy. At least they feel happy. Then the priest just start to like walk up to the top of the roof, and these kind of towers, kind of pyramid, like there is no concrete, no cement, so it's basically a pile of bricks. So all the stair walks just outside. So you make a kind of spiral walk, keep going, go up, and it can be so steep. You have to gradually. They carry heavy things. They carry all the sacrifice, right? In the middle, they may like stop a little bit. They sing something, talk something, and the king may show something a little bit. Then go to the top of the pyramid, the top of the tower, and they start to set out the fire, right? And mostly set the fire. And if they set the fire, and they start to do chanting, reading a lot of things, meaningful or meaningless things. Then I don't know what that place, what Middle East or that time, how they sacrifice, based on Abraham, he just burned his son, right? But in Indian Maya, they cut the people like alive, open their guts, take all the guts, take the heart, take everything out. So, and maybe this time, those sacrifice will like yelling, scared, and I think that's the priest they need. Or maybe that's the wave, that's the emotion wave. It will all the way wake up all the gods, or those gods. So that's what I think. Maybe when all the sacrifice is through from the top of the roof tower to the ground, 100 meters tall, they splash all the blood, whatever, all the blood will make the surrounding people, they feel scared, they feel excited, and their emotional things, they're like when they chanting, their group subconscious will get together, right? Guiding together, so call the god. So these kind of ceremony, those kind of ritual for the ground, for the earth, it has nothing to lose. It want to observe. It wants to watch this show. So it supports a planned with a river, with nice grow woods, clay, and the petroleum, coal, all the resources. The ground wants to see these things happen again and again because, well, it's all the frequency has noise. Think about it. Right now, like we have a radio frequency, and there are a lot of noise. So we have an antenna. If the taller, the higher antenna, you reduce the receiving, the better. So that's one of the reasons they want to build the Tower of Babel tower higher. Also, another thing is the Earth wants to observe 1 year, every year once, every year twice, that kind of things. Start to collect all the data. And what about another party? Fallen Angel Party. Yeah, Fallen Angel Party, actually their technique to play the game is, remember at the very far beginning, the serpent just say, hey, don't you remember, didn't God say you can't do this, whatever. Just one word, right? It's temptation. Or just push a little bit, raise the question. Same thing in this game is, yeah, can we do this? Don't you think we should make a tower to call the God? Yeah, don't you think it's a good place for a tower or something, right? Or just, well, don't you think it's a good clay to make a brick? All those things just starts one question, one good question, to one finger to push. So one finger push the other side of the Pacific that made a hurricane this side of a Pacific. I think that's the ways Fallen Angel they do. They do not directly do it. They just toggled or pushed your desire or your emotional things, or based on the situation, the situation based on the surrounding, the facts. They maybe push the facts a little bit, guiding you think about deeper or think about a little direction, give you a little direction. So that's the ways they do. And what about the God? It's nothing good for God. Because what? Because God wants separation. God wants people like go everywhere. God doesn't want this kind of culture to be developed. For those kind of culture, if I mean this culture developed, what will happen? There is no secret between heavens and the earth. For earth, no secret, because the more transition between heavens and the tower, the more secret earth will know. And eventually, he's gonna lose the battle. So he wanna kick everybody out. Also, another thing is, now I start to little bit understand why God want to kick everybody out, but still keep the Genesis chapter 10, the family tree. It's kind of like this way. I think okay, you want your research sample, right? You want your research sample more diverse, but you don't want your research sample to cross sample and way too diverse. You need the control on a certain level. So a structuralized family tree, a structuralized sample groups, and with a little crossover, it's acceptable. Kind of like you write an algorithm. If you write like if people know genetic algorithm, there is a crossover. If you have too much, the program